She's running for Secretary of State, and I told her honestly, I said, what is that? So she's going to get she's going to get 2 minutes, but she's also going to educate us on what that position is. Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you for the welcome I've had here. I really appreciate it. So my name is Edwina, and I'm running for Secretary of State. Oh dear, what does that mean? Okay, well first of all, I'd just like to say it's just great to be here. I actually live in Columbia, South Carolina, so it's been nice to drive out to the coast. It's one of those interesting things. I've lived in South Carolina now for 14 years. US 16 years altogether. I am not from around here, as you can hear. But South Carolina is very much my home, and it was probably the proudest day of my life in 2018 to become a citizen in Charleston, South Carolina. And one of the reasons why I'm running is that the Trump administration decided that they wanted to really make sure that people like me couldn't live here anymore. And I was not going to let that happen. This is my home, this is my community, and this is where I want to be. So I decided I needed to stay and fight and run for something. I decided I was qualified for the Secretary of State. Oh, you say, what on earth does the Secretary of State do? Does anybody know who the Secretary of State is right now? Mark Hammond, yeah. Half right. Okay, he's a Republican incumbent, been in office for 24 years. He has been hiding for 24 years. Okay, so one of the things the Secretary of State is responsible for is notaries. So if you need a document notarized with that funny little stamp thing, that's the responsibility of the Secretary of State. What else does the Secretary of State do? Well, it's a really, really boring job because it also includes things like business registration, business licensing, business records, charity registration, charity oversight, notaries, and also some investment broker licensing. So although it's really, really boring, it's really important, because if you actually buy anything in the state, or if you give money to a charity in the state, how do you know where your money is going? How do you know that it's going where you want it to go? How do you know you're going to get the goods and services that you asked for? Do you actually know the money you're giving to charity is going to the cause you want it to go to, and not just being gobbled up by the board, or that it's actually been set up fraudulently, or it's a church masquerading as something else and using itself for political ends? All of those sorts of things are what the Secretary of State's office should do. He hasn't been doing that for the last 24 years. So I want to reinvigorate this office and make it less boring. Yes. So I want to make the Secretary of State's office really the engine for small businesses and non-profits in the state. If you look on the Department of Commerce website, it says, bring your multinational business here and we will bribe you with taxpayers' money, a low tax rate. Oh, and by the way, you can fire anybody whenever you like. I don't think that's a really good advert for South Carolina. And what about the small businesses? So I want to make it really, really easy for people, if they have an idea, to set up a small business in this state. I also want it to be accessible, so I want to set up offices in libraries in more rural areas, so you don't actually need a car to be able to set it up. Make it a one-stop shop so that you can walk in and then walk out with the LLC or non-profit in your hand, as well as getting access to grant funding, bank information, financing, business mentoring, business advice, everything to try and make your business or non-profit thrive, because it's small businesses in this state that create generational wealth. They are the backbone of the community. They are the ones that create the community. They are the ones that actually bring other businesses in. They are the ones, it's a small business that helps send your children to college. It's a small business that means that you can actually buy a house and create community and live with dignity and stability where you want to be. So that's one thing I want to do. Second thing, really take care of people in terms of scams and frauds. Nobody is better positioned than the Secretary of State's office to make sure that your money is going where you think it's going. Really important. Nationally, Russ Bolt, Project 2025 guy, is currently in charge of the Consumer Protection Association. You can see where that's going to go. And about 2 weeks ago, the South Carolina State Senate decided to bring the Consumer Protection Authority in South Carolina directly under the governor. We can see what's going to happen with that too. So we need somebody in the state who is going to make sure that particularly seniors are protected from scams and frauds, that you know where your money is going and that you can safely give to charity and you can safely do business with people in the state. And the final thing, and then I'll shut up, is really to shine a light in the State House. It is a dark and gloomy place, full of too many old boys doing too many old boy things and too many dubious deals. I want to be able to shine a light on who is lobbying who, where the money is going, who is actually influencing what is going on, so that you can make your minds up as to what your representatives are doing and are they actually working for you. Why am I qualified? 38 years of international business experience. I've worked in China, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Europe, the UK, and here. I'm a small business owner here. I also have a faith-based non-profit here. I'm an entrepreneur in South Carolina. I've worked in the nuclear industry. I actually installed all the emergency equipment after the Fukushima disaster. So I think I can probably do this job. And with that, if you want to talk to me afterwards, I'd love to talk to you more. winterforthewin.com is my website. Please look me up, donate, volunteer. Thank you so much for your time.
I don't think Edwina mentioned that she is actually in a primary. So if you liked what you heard, you can vote for her on June 9th. And then early voting does start on May 26th. All right, so now we're